guys, welcome back to my channel. Nikki's here. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's actually really shitty today because it's been raining and windy outside since the morning, so I'm just gonna stay in since I don't have any classes, and I wanted to come and talk to you guys about something that it took me a while to decide to make this video because, to be honest, I didn't want to appear weak and weird but I feel like I am ready to share this with you because I think that hopefully that you can relate to what I went through and also can find it helpful. So let's get started. So the videos for today is going to be about my illnesses and how they have affected my life, my social life, my relationship with people around me, and hope that you can relate to it. Also, by the way, I just got a new camera and I swear this camera is so good in dark lighting. Like right now there's no lights coming from the outside because it's raining and I only have like a bulb on, and it's filmed pretty well in low light, so I promise you no more blurry videos, and especially from kitchen. I know that the lighting is not very good in there, but this new camera, I promise you it will produce a lot of better videos from now on, so that's a plus. Okay, so let's get started. I do have notebooks down here, so don't mind me looking because I just want to make sure that I don't get off track. So let's get started. First, if some of you just started watching my videos, if you don't know, I have a lot of illnesses, and just to list a few, I have problems with GERD. It's a gastro reflux disease. I've been having this since 2010, so it's been a really long, like 9 years. Did I do the math right? And I also have migraines. I have chronic migraines that I'm on daily medication, Botox every 3 months, and also once a month I get acupuncture, everything that I need to kind of help keep me on my feet. And then I also have another chronic illness. It is called UTI. You can look that up, or I can make another video elaborate more on this, but it's an autoimmune disease that related to blood platelets, and I was dealing with this in 2016. That was the worst. And then I also have a new problem that I was diagnosed with a couple months ago, and then like recently the doctor just making it a firm diagnosis that I do have this now, and it's called IBS. It is another GI problem, but I will talk about it in another videos. But mainly today I want to talk to you guys about how GERD and migraines, these two have affected my life tremendously. So let me start out saying that I am sure a lot of you probably have the same feelings that I have about any illnesses, especially when you first started having the symptoms, because living all your life without having any problems. I used to be a very healthy person. I was able to go to the gym 4 days a week. I was going to school, working, I was walking dogs for my neighbors. I was a healthy person, and then boom, out of nowhere I got sick, and then just, you know, one after another I started to develop all of these new illnesses, except for the GERD. I've been having it since the beginning, and it's an ongoing condition. Even though I am much better now, I don't have the symptoms anymore, just because I strongly believe that my diet really helps, and I don't even have to take any medication these days. So diet is everything, guys. So definitely I'm sure that when you start to have these symptoms, either if it is migraines, the pain, or GERD, you know, those reflux, the nausea feeling, diarrhea, whatever it is, I'm sure you must be so frustrated because, first of all, you don't really know what's going on. If you haven't seen a doctor, it's gonna scare you even more because you really don't know what is wrong with you. Like, are you gonna die, or you just want to get better? So I had a lot of those feelings when I first started to have these illnesses. And before seeing the doctors, all I had was, you know, my iPhone. So I went to look for like similar symptoms to see what exactly they are. And it's kind of scary to just go look online because I feel like at some point everything just leads back to like, oh, you might have cancer, which is really bad. But anyway, so that is a mutual feeling that I feel like a lot of you probably have, or have feeling at some point. But at the end, I just want to let you know that everything is going to get better, since you will get used to those problems that occurs pretty often, and then you will learn about your body, learn about your pain, and learn how to manage your illnesses and your symptoms better. So it will get better in time. So definitely don't get discouraged and don't get too anxious or worry about it, because it's just gonna make things worse. Now, the main thing is I wanted to show you how my illnesses, especially migraines and GERD, have affected my life, in the social way, and then in my like intimate relationship with my husband, my family. So let's start with my social life. So I used to be a healthy person, and I used to be able to go out like normal people do, right? Like over the weekend I would go out, you know, Friday, Saturday I go out to see friends, we go out to clubbings, we went to restaurant, eat whatever we wanted, and Sundays we would go out like again to spend time with families. And I used to be a very active person. So, and then GERD happened, and now I have all these problems, this pain in my body that prevents me to be able to do that. So it was very frustrating. I mean, I would still try to go out, but a lot of the time either I would have to leave because I ate something that I was not supposed to eat, or I didn't even know that it would hurt me, and then I have this pain and I couldn't control the pain while I was out. So I have to leave the party. Either at the worst point, sometimes I had to leave and go to the hospital, or most of the time, you know, in the past, a lot of like 90%, I would have to leave to just come home and deal with it, like, you know, go to the bathroom, trying to figure out what medication to take. So it was very frustrating, hopeless for me, both me and my friends and my husband, because, you know, we all go out, but then I am the only person who always have all these problems that have to leave in the middle of the party or in the middle of the dinner. And then migraines, it's even worse for migraines because I really don't know when it's gonna come. And a lot of the time, if it happens when I'm out, definitely I have to go home. But then the worst is that a lot of the time when I try to make plans with my friends, say, okay, let's go out on Friday morning for brunch, but I wake up with a migraines, and my migraines used to be really bad that, swear to God, like when I have it, I know like that's it, my day's over, or even like the next 3 days is gonna be over. So I often have to cancel a lot of those plans. I would wake up and, you know, I gotta call my friends and say, hey, I can't make it. And it happened many times, not just one time. So then, you know, I mean, I hate people canceling out on the last minute, and so I could just feel like I know how my friends were feeling, you know, when I was canceling, even though I can't control my health, but still I feel like it shouldn't be an excuse. But so I just got really sad and hopeless because I couldn't do anything, and depressed at some point, when it just kept going. But you know, at the end, the good thing about it is that it will take time, but people around you and you will figure things out. Things will fall into places. So my friends started to get used to the way I am now, even though I am getting better, but people are starting to get a feel for like, okay, so if we make plans, you know, just kind of like, oh, have a spot open if Nicki can make it, but if she can't, that's fine. So people get so people understand you and your situation more. And of course they always say this, and I believe that, you know, of course they say from the bottom of their heart, and I know this true, even though I feel really bad to not able to make these outings and make these plans with people. But it's at the bottom, like everyone knows, and I know myself, is that it's not my fault. I never wanted, you know, anything like this to happen. I mean, it's not like I want to be sick. I want to have pain and, you know, not able to go out and have to cancel on people. So they do tell me that it's out of my control, so don't even feel bad about it. But even though they said so, it's really hard not to, because I don't know, I used to just feel so guilty for being sick, and now it's going to take us to the next one. Is that my it's about, you know, how all my illnesses affected and sometimes still affecting my relationship with my family. I mean, my family, they're so understanding, and especially my parents. You know, nobody can love you better than your parents. And my mom, she went through a lot of the same health issues, so she knows how to take care of me and she understands how I feel. So that's really not a problem. But I do feel bad for one thing, is that I am almost like 30, and sometimes my parents still have to take care of me, which is a really sad thing for me, because they should be able to just, you know, relax and enjoy life now. But especially in 2016 when I got really sick. Sorry, I'm getting tearing up, because I just feel like it's just not fair sometimes. But yeah, so my mom, she was like crying all the time when I got really sick with the ITP, because she really thought it was like a very serious problem. I mean, it was a serious problem, but now I'm much better. But I feel guilty and I feel sad that my parents, they still have to take care of me, even though I'm like, you know, like I'm married now, I'm almost 30. But no, at the end of the day, you know, like I always put on a smile for them and tell them that I'm okay, and try my best to take care of myself so they don't have to. So the biggest thing was, the biggest problem was with my husband. Definitely, he was not ready for this at all. He is a very healthy person. He had never been really like sick or anything his whole life. Like the worst thing he had is like, you know, allergy. But knock on wood, that he will never get sick. So he's a healthy person, and healthy person, it's hard for them to understand what we go through, because they have never experienced, you know, these illnesses or pain. So it's really hard for them to relate, which I don't blame them at all. And so when I started to get really sick with the ITP, and you know, I went in the hospital for treatment all the time with my parents, because he has to go to work. Of course, someone has to, you know, still provide. And you know, every time he gets home from work, we haven't seen each other all day. Most of the time, 90% of the time, like in the first like 5 months, every time he gets home from work, I either was in bed dealing with the migraines, or, you know, like dealing with some sort of other health issues, you know, like side effects from the medication or something like that. So I felt really guilty, just because I feel like, you know, we used to be able to do so many fun things together, and now all he gets from me is just come home to a sick wife. And I could feel like I was frustrated with my own health and with myself. So I was imagining like he would have been even more frustrated to come home to that every day. And I just felt so guilty. So, you know, I try my best to, you know, spend time with him and try my best to go out with him still sometime, but a lot of the time I couldn't keep up, and I have to leave the party and then he stayed back. And then I just that feeling of feeling so guilty for being sick and not being myself, my old self, didn't help. And then, so, you know, we didn't talk anymore, or we didn't talk about the right things. I couldn't share with him like my feelings, because I didn't want him to like have to also hear about like, oh, how sick I feel, and, you know, my problems and stuff. So we didn't really talk. I kept a lot of things from him, like my feelings, the way I feel, like how I felt really depressed and just sad. And we got into a lot of fights as well, because we were frustrated at each other. Not really at each other, but I think like we were both frustrated at the situation that we were in. You know, he was frustrated with, like, you know, having to go from, you know, having a fun young wife, was able to, you know, just live our life, and now just we're not able to do that. And I guess I was frustrated a lot of the time too, like when he comes home and I have a migraine, and I was just grumpy and get mad at him, because like oh, he's just walking around the house too loudly, or his voice just annoys me because like I was having pain. So I pushed him away so many times. I got grumpy, and I feel like really bad for doing that, because I mean that was not the right things to do. But also, in my defense, I feel like when I'm in pain, it's just really hard to make like the right decisions. So yeah, that's what we went through. We were both frustrated with each other and with the situation, but at the end, you know, deep down we know that we love each other. So one day we had a really big fight, and everything came out, and I told him how I felt, and he listened. And at the end I was really surprised, because he didn't say much, but all he said was that, you know, he was apologizing for not understanding me more, not understanding my pain, and he wants to be here for me. He wants to help however he can. And I also opened up and said that the biggest thing that you can do for me is literally just be here for me, like emotionally, because physically nobody could help me when I have to go through like a migraine or deal with stomach issues, because nobody knows myself better than I am. And the only person who can help me and treat my symptoms at the time is myself. But I am more open now to let him know, like, okay, can you just stay out of the room and let me rest, but if I need something I will text you. And then that's what we do these days now, and it's been working out great, guys. So at the end, what I'm trying to say is that it is really hard to go through health issues, health problems, and especially chronic illnesses. But at the end of the day, everything will be okay. You will learn how to take care of yourself, how to live with these illnesses is going to be a part of you now, and hopefully they will go away at some point, and you'll be whole again. But and also just try to be open about it with the people around you, the people that you love and you know that they love you. Don't push them away. Don't feel bad or guilty about being sick, because this is out of your control. And definitely just be better at communicating with your loved ones, especially your husband, your family, and close friends. Don't push them away, because you do need them, even though, you know, I feel like you can't they can't really help with like treating your symptoms, but at least they can be there for you, like emotionally and physically. For example, sometimes when I have migraines, you know, it's really helpful that, say, my husband could just run downstairs and get me some warm water. I don't have to do that by myself. So yeah, just be positive, guys. Just learn about your body. Everyone is different. Even though, say, I have migraines, you have migraines, but my symptom might be different than yours. The same with GERD. Everybody body is different. So for example, if I can't eat rice, doesn't mean that you can eat rice. It's not gonna work for you. So just learn how to listen to your body, and just, you know, make sure that you communicate your feelings, your symptoms with your loved ones, so that they can also help you and be there for you. And don't ever feel guilty for being sick, because it's not your fault. You never wanted to get sick and be in pain. So yes, I think that ends the videos. I just wanted to say all those things for a long time, but didn't really have the courage to. Definitely, I feel like listening to this myself, I just feel so stupid for all of those times when I was just pushing people away, sometimes have like negative thoughts about them. And that was a bad move. But you know, I've learned, and everyone learned somehow, and we'll get better and just learn how to live without illnesses and make our life have a better quality of life, per se. So let's end this video by, I want to thank you guys so much for being so supportive. I have almost 400 something subscriber now, and then it's kind of sad to think about, like, all of you or most of you have like a lot of the problems that I have, like GERD or migraines. I feel really sad to know that there are so many people who have these problems. But at least the other silver lining is that I am happy to know that there are people like me, that I can come to this in front of this camera and you know, just pour out my heart, my feelings. And I know that some of you can relate to, and we can understand each other, and we can be here for each other when, if you need me or if I need you. So thank you so much for being here for me, and I am here for you 100%. So if you have any more questions, any requests for any videos, let me know. And a lot of you, I spoke with you through Facebook chat, emails and everything, so thank you for reaching out. And I promise you that there will be more videos coming, especially like food recipe for GERD, stomach issues, and then also migraines. Now that I have this new camera that it can work in low light, I can do videos at night as well. So I promise you that more good content is going to come in my upcoming videos. And again, thank you so much for subscribing. If you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do, only if you want to be a part of this small family of ours. And thank you so much for watching and supporting me, guys. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you in the next video, and can't wait to hear from you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.